Welcome back to Straw Hat Crusaders, the only JoJo. Fuck you! You can't cut me mid-intro. You can't cut me mid-intro.
Cut. All right, go on.
The only JoJo One Piece kissing podcast.
Whoa!
I'm Hayden Hartrick. To my left is
Adriana.
To their left is
Clayton Shalman.
To his left is
Josh.
And to his left is
You,
the audience.
That's right. You almost thought there was a fifth person
at the table on the corner.
Mm-hmm. If you've ever wondered where you are right now, you're betwixt Hayden and Josh.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get to sit next to both of us and feel our little elbows punch into you.
Yep.
True.
Yep. We have the sharpest elbows in the whole game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Today, we are talking about some more JoJo and some more One Piece. Mr. Clayton watched 4 episodes. Four episodes.
1, 2, 3, and then 4.
Including the whole horse episode, the Empress episode, and Car episode. And we read the rest of Drum Kingdom.
And the rest of One Piece.
Drum Island.
Yeah, we read Drum Island.
We actually read the manuscripts of Oda's ending of One Piece.
Yeah.
Which,
we wanted to do his little brain, and we looked at it. There's a big filing cabinet that we pulled open the drawers.
Like SpongeBob.
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Also, not a single drum was played on Drum Island.
No.
Yeah, why is it called that?
They
The
look like
mountains
drums.
look like
The
drums.
big drum mountains, silly Billy.
Yeah.
Those look like the mountains.
No one
Those
ever
look like
banged
drums.
one, though.
I've never seen one.
No one did ever bang one.
But that's for later. We're going to talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yep.
How's everyone doing? Real quick. Just
Awesome.
quick. Yeah.
I feel like most of us are not doing awesome.
Well, we're great. What do you mean?
We're doing swell, but we're not doing
Everything
good.
that's happening in our personal life doesn't affect the show.
That's true.
Everything
That doesn't
that's-
bleed in at all.
It's mostly what's happening in my microorganismic life.
Yeah.
Like, which,
cut.
AKA, I have allergies.
All right, we're going to take that again. I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, Josh is doing good, and
Yeah.
that's great for him.
And that's really awesome.
Super great for him.
We've
Yeah.
been dealing with landlord bullshit, which is so
true.
It makes me so sad.
This is so sad. You guys?
Landlords.
Yeah,
This
man,
is
it makes me
so
so sad.
Can we have a moment of silence? Can we have 15
have
minutes of silence?
15 minutes of silence.
Yeah. And we're back. It's been 15 minutes. We cut it out for your sake.
Yeah.
I hope you paused the episode and
Yeah.
did 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Josh is the kind of guy that gets so sad thinking about how women have to wear bras.
What? Hold on a minute.
No,
That's actually all he talked about for those 15 minutes.
Yeah, he was the only one talking.
Yeah, we
You
have
don't understand. That felt like I got shot in the hip out of nowhere. That I don't know what to do with that information.
I mean, do you
It's not.
disagree?
Well, yeah. Is it true?
Is it true?
Is it true?
I don't talk about it.
Yeah, what's your
That's
stance
all I'll
on-
say.
What's your stance on bras?
What is your stance on bras? Take a hard
I
stance
do.
right now.
Okay, my only stance is that it makes me so sad that women have to wear them all the
It'd
time.
be so much easier if you could just hold them for the
Yeah.
help out.
Josh-
Do your
Well,
part
not me,
in the
unless
community.
everyone insists.
Uh-huh.
Unless I don't only
in
get
one unified voice?
everyone in the area, including the person who with the. I need consent from every party who is
Okay.
even witnessing it.
Uh-huh.
And then I have to consult myself for consent, and that's a whole nother story, which we don't have time to get
This is a
into.
really great topic.
For a different pod.
Yeah,
coming
Clayton,
next month. We're bras podcast.
If you can mark all that, and then we'll talk about how we're going to cut that out.
happening. Not happening.
We've literally never cut anything from this podcast.
Nah.
Yeah.
We have barely posted any of this podcast.
Guys,
Yeah.
what do we do here?
We talk about JoJo's Babar
Uh-huh.
adventure,
His Bazenture.
his Bazenture.
And then, one of us seen one thing and the other one seen the other thing.
Yeah.
And
3 of us.
and we're reading One Piece and Clayton's watching JoJo and also reading One Piece.
True.
Again.
Yeah. And I'm also watching JoJo in my head.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
the time.
Pretty much all the time, and skimming it over.
And then we talk about it.
Josh
and so,
can rotate JoJo in his head.
I swear you've already said that, and I want you to keep saying that on more
You
podcasts.
rotate it in your head.
I feel like we've had this exact exchange already on an episode.
Probably.
Yes, and then I said
Probably.
horse plinko, and
It did what?
you just said you do horse plinko, but with Jotaro instead of the horse. Jotaro plinko.
What is horse plinko?
I will show you later.
Is Horse Plinko a town?
No, it does sound like a One Piece island.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
But so how'd you like the JoJo episode?
Yeah, are we ready to get into JoJo talk?
Well, Clayton, how are you doing? I don't think we talked about how you and...
Yeah,
think
we've
we
never
just-
talked about you, Clayton.
That's true. So basically I'm a comedian. But I mean, I don't know. We alluded to the fact that we were having problems. My problem is that I went away and I had too much fun for a weekend, and now I'm all tuckered out. So I may be a little low energy today, folks, and I apologize for that, but I'm doing swell. I'm doing awesome. I have a little bit of allergies as well, but nothing too crazy.
And it's also, honestly, this makes me really happy that you guys are kind of going through this right now, because
Thank you.
All right, fuck you.
I have good, like, measurable reasons why I can, that will inform the pay cuts that are going to be going on around here.
Okay.
But that's actually, are you recording? Oh,
Oh, no.
my
No,
bad.
no, no.
Oh, my bad. We'll cut that out.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you watched JoJo.
I watched JoJo.
You watched
JoJo. Remember
Yeah.
when he said that?
Is it? Wait.
That's from two.
Wait. Yes. Is
Yeah.
it growing on you?
It's still growing on me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Stand
it's
proud,
still
or-
Stand proud.
Stand Proud is still. It has not quite taken. What's the one for part 2 called?
Bloody Stream.
Bloody Stream.
Yeah. It never will take Bloody Stream. At least not in my opinion.
But I don't know. It is growing on me. Every time I hear it, it is a little bit better. But yeah, I quite enjoyed these 4 episodes. There was a
Awesome.
lot of good stuff here. Maybe we should get this out of the way first. I texted in our little group chat. I alluded to the fact that the Joe heads here might be very pleased with something that I had to say. And I would love to hear what I believe there were some guesses that y'all had for what it is that I was going to say. I would love to hear what those are.
My initial guess was that okay, well, my initial guess was actually that maybe these were his favorite episodes he's seen so far. I don't know if that's actually the case. My real guess, though, is that maybe you found a new stand that is like your favorite from these episodes. I can only imagine 1, maybe 2 that could be the case. But then Adriana had a guess that I think is much more accurate.
I just guessed that you had a crush on Whole Horse or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
you think I wanted to F Whole Horse?
or just like you found a character attractive, which would
For the first time.
Yeah.
Because you said you weren't, none of them really were your cup of tea.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What is the truth?
What is the truth?
The truth is, these were my favorite episodes so far. That's not what I was
Wow.
going to say.
Cool.
These were my favorite episodes so far by a lot, specifically a couple of them. But I did not have a crush on Whole Horse, unfortunately. I still have not found a single JoJo character attractive or unrepugnant in any way, sexually speaking, that is.
Okay. Wait for an art style change for that.
I would
too.
have been surprised if that was actually it. I'll be honest.
For a while, there have been certain milestones that I did not necessarily expect to achieve with JoJo's, specifically.
Wait,
Oh
you
my God, you
cried?
cried?
I have been keeping a tear Callie for One Piece, a tear up Callie for any time that I even get close, and tears did not come down my face, but my eyes did begin to well up a little bit
Oh.
at the end of the first episode that I watched.
Yep.
Makes sense. Specifically, I think to get into it a little bit, I've always had like a bit of a struggle with the idea of masculinity in general, and seeing Polnareff, the way he's written in that moment and the way he's depicted, I thought was very interesting and very touching.
In which moment?
So for the
When he's
people,
trying not to cry?
if anybody has not seen this that's listening, whatever, fuck you. But Avdol gets stabbed in the back, and then his face gets exploded. And it's Polnareff's. It's all his fault. And then Polnareff is standing there. He's facing away. Kakyoin gets there, and Polnareff is like, he shouldn't have been there. That's on him. And Kakyoin's like, what's wrong with you? And then he sees like tears dripping down. And as Polnareff looks back, he's like still saying that like, that's his fault. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have cared about me. And his face is covered in tears.
Yeah.
And the way that moment was presented, even aside from just the writing, it was really kind of a step up in the way that it was paced and presented. And I found it very emotionally touching. And it got a little well up from me.
Wow.
Which is not something I necessarily expected would necessarily happen with JoJo.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just realizing how much our friend Jackson kind of not ruined, but dampened my experience with part 3 because
he was a Polnareff hater?
Because he's a Polnareff hater.
Uh-huh.
He's the biggest Polnareff hater. And he has his reasons. I mean, he's very valid, but he was just like, he just made it very clear and kind of set my expectation that like, oh, Polnareff's like the annoying character. When like, people fucking love Polnareff. And I get it. I get why now. I mean, he is ridiculous in an anime way. Like, he is the most nonsensical character, but he's also the most... Araki put the most like focus on him, really, in many parts of part 3, and it shows. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got a sword.
He does have a sword.
I completely forgot about the most important aspect of him.
I know what you mean. I don't think I got emotional at that moment, but like looking back, I can see, like the first time I watched it, I wasn't that connected, but like I could definitely see how it's a touching moment.
I remember when I first saw that moment, and every time I do see that moment, I am always like taken aback by how much I do feel for him. I love the way that moment's presented, and the way that we see Polnareff like dealing with his kind of like how his lone wolf mentality is completely self-serving and is very damaging to people he's starting to care about.
And they don't let him learn that lesson easy, which I think is a great choice.
Yeah.
Especially having Kakyoin there in that moment. Not to just like for him to have that kind of realization that was his fault on his own, but to have to like face his friend after that, after getting their other friend killed. And
Kakyoin still sticks up for him. Kakyoin still saves his ass when he's about to get shot again and stabbed by Hangman, and then he elbows him in the face in the car. Which is a great Kakyoin moment.
Yeah, speaking of which, these first 2 episodes absolutely stone solidified Kakyoin as my favorite character. He is so good in these episodes.
Yeah. Was this the one with the shot of him like rolling up in the car?
Yes.
And, like, he holds out his hand and he's like, get it. It was epic. Yeah.
Yeah, because he like shoots Polnareff to save. He shoots Polnareff with a fucking emerald splash, and then immediately like almost runs over a whole horse in a car. It's just very fun. It's great. Kakyoin saves the day. He also saves the day in the second episode with the little. He brings back Polnareff's a great line when Polnareff has him in the child's eye, and they're like, "What's he gonna do?" And Polnareff's like, "Oh, Kakyoin, this is not what you say when you're about to get revenge." And then Kakyoin brings that line back when he saves the day at the temple. Speaking of the temple, there's a little bit of racism in these 2 episodes, which is a bummer.
Yeah.
Not a fan of a lot of the stuff that happened, but...
I love how Avdol's like, isn't Calcutta great? At least he likes it.
Yeah, that is the one thing where it's like, I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be like, these characters are a little bit shitty, like Joseph and Jotaro, were like, oh, these people are disgusting. And Avdol is like, we're supposed to think fondly of him because he's like, hey, it's the people that make the city great. And I was expecting there to be an arc there, but there wasn't. And that was a little disappointing.
No. Araki, listen, Araki is really good at making... It's often seen that Araki is very good at making the world his stage with JoJo. and making it feel so real because he travels there and he shows the landmarks and he accurately depicts and illustrates the places. A lot of people don't like his depiction of India because he's made it clear that he did not like India when he went. He felt very unsafe, which is his experience, and that's valid. But in that sense, he's talked about how he was like, yeah, I constantly felt like there were enemy stand users around me. He literally said something like that, to that effect, I think, in an interview, unless I am completely misquoting something. I'm pretty sure.
You're gonna get some hate mail.
Dude, Haman Beat is gonna kill me.
Yeah.
It's a YouTuber. Anyway, he has no idea who I am. But anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah, so those bits were a bummer, but other than that...
You didn't like the pig toilet?
No.
Big toilet.
I think
Thank you,
I think I
Hayden.
would have really liked the pig toilet in another... If there was not that stuff before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was just like... Hey, because I assume if that happened, I assume that must be a real thing that is...
Yeah, it doesn't seem like something he would make up out of thin air.
Araki was writing that like, you cannot make this shit up. Like,
Because if you did make that up, you are a terrible person.
Yeah, maybe seeing the pig was an exaggeration. Maybe he was just
Surely,
like told that that's how it worked, and then
Because he said that in the episode they were like, yeah, they accidentally built it too low to the trough, so sometimes the pigs will come up.
Oh yeah.
So I assume that the real thing is that there's like a trough like way below. But I think I would have enjoyed that moment if I did not already have a reason to believe that it was like a slight against the culture.
Yeah.
yeah.
The bottom line, these episodes, the stand stuff was really cool. To get into a little bit, these two stands, look. I was having a moment with Ebony Devil, okay? I was really into him. Ebony Devil's still
What
up there.
kind
I'm glad
of
this phase is coming to an
okay.
end already. I can't stand this.
I just, I thought about it. I thought I'd bump him down a little bit. I still love him, okay?
That's fair.
Ebony Devil is now my third favorite
Okay.
stand.
I'm loving these takes, I gotta say.
The Hanged Man is easily my number 2.
Wow.
I love the Hanged Man has given us the most interesting like battle dynamics so far by a lot.
Yes.
The Emperor currently at number 4 just because of how silly it is.
It is.
I just love that he has a stand
Yeah.
that is a gun.
And the way they work together is really interesting. I think Whole Horse is just...
Wait, sorry. Is it established whether other people can see his stand, the gun?
Yeah, they cannot see his stand.
Okay, so that's awesome. So
Yeah.
he's just like pointing at people with finger guns, basically.
They're gonna actually.
And
There's an episode where they point that. But yeah, I think Whole Horse is a fantastic like minor antagonist.
True.
How did you feel about him?
I thought Whole Horse was very fun. I thought he was silly. His whole romance thing. Also, real quick, stop in.
Yeah.
The girl's 16.
Yeah.
And then, okay, he's a villain, and that's one thing. Polnareff, what are you doing, man?
What?
Polnareff tries to fuck her after. But that, I don't know. Is there anything else I want to talk about in these? Basically.
Wait, sorry. And what are we talking about? The Empress episode still?
Yeah, well, I was
the
about
Emperor
to get
Hangman?
to the Empress
okay,
episode,
okay. Go
basically.
ahead then.
What, so you were compelled by Polnareff's revenge story? I'm assuming.
Yes, a lot of that was very interesting to me. I wasn't super necessarily hooked on, I wasn't like, oh, I need to see the showdown between Polnareff and the Hanged Man. Mm-hmm. But everything that came of that with Avdol and Polnareff's arc and him working together specifically with Kakyoin, I thought was very well done. And seeing the little team up fight with the two of them, I really, really, really enjoyed. Yeah.
Awesome.
I thought it was great.
And poor Snake. That poor Snake. Never even had a chance. The one that attacks Whole Horse.
Oh, yeah.
Attacks Whole Horse. You have to remember that.
They
It's so important.
they waste it.
It comes back.
They sliced up the snake.
The snake comes back. Spoiler, the snake comes back.
The snake was actually Theo's stand.
Snake was actually CGI.
This is also, just while we're talking about those episodes as well, really do as well enjoy. I assume that this is something that comes more later. Taking that logical thing of like he can hide in reflections to suddenly him like darting between eyes and that kind of thing,
Yeah.
and following the
Yes.
logic and it's like setting up very clear rules for that. I appreciate. I like that a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's one of
Yeah.
the main drawing points of this power system, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That will not leave. There will be so many other options.
Don't-
Yeah.
it's-
So the Empress, it was interesting. I think my feelings are so mixed. Just real quick.
What was the specifics of hers? Did she make the body or did she take over the body?
It never explains why she's in the guise of this young woman or how she does that, but I guess we can assume it has something to do with her stand, which does affect the body.
Yeah, in the JoJo fighting game, arcade cabinet fighting game, which we'll play once you finish part 3.
I have already played it.
You can play as Empress and just be the lady that she's inside, and that's like the main fighter or
Nice.
something.
Damn.
It's weird.
That's really weird.
It's
That is
weird to
strange.
include that character in the fighting game.
Yeah.
And there were a few others that weren't included. That's just like, okay.
They love her. They love Nena.
Yeah.
Or Nina, I think her name is.
I thought it was.
So Empress is currently like smack in the middle of my stand rating. She's above Hierophant Green.
What?
Thus far, Hierophant Green has not impressed me yet. I got to be honest. And
Okay.
right below Silver Chariot. So she's
so
currently
you-
sitting 1, 2, 3,
But
4,
when you look at
5,
him-
6.
What do you feel?
Look at who?
Hierophant Green.
I don't like
That's
looking
all
at him.
you- Oh.
Oh my!
As of yet, no. He grosses me out. He's a little worm.
I mean, he does look
Doesn't
better in the
he look
manga.
like
That's
Tastes
why
good,
he's
though.
great.
What'd you say?
Doesn't he look like he'd taste good?
roll-up.
Maybe.
Like, I want to bite out of his head, and I don't want to bite any of the other
Because
stands.
they said it looks like a watermelon or something. right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Jotaro's
like
like, "You look like a
line.
melon."
Yeah.
And then he
melon
beats
head.
his ass. That's the whole fight.
Yeah, I love Kakuin that so much that I feel like Hierophant Green will grow on me, but as of yet,
I don't know, because if you don't immediately, like, if you don't already like look at him and find like,
I was
don't
not
know.
impressed with Hierophant Green, and Hierophant Green is in my top probably 20 stands now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just for me. Also, he does really look better in the manga. I would totally
That's true.
check out how he presents. But
Yeah, I also think so far the only solo fight I have from him is against Tower of Grey. So I
Yeah.
have not really seen him strut his stuff.
right, you have not. That's true. So yeah, you get a little Joseph solo action here.
Yes, I really like seeing Joseph solo action. I really like. I enjoy this stand as well. I think the Empress scratches a very similar itch to Ebony Devil, where it's a little fucking freaky.
Yeah.
And I thought that was very fun. I liked seeing Joseph like do stuff again. And I think I wish that he was a little bit, but then again, he's against a stand, and his stand is basically like non-combat whatsoever.
Right.
So I appreciate that he was able to overcome a stand on his own, because that's crazy.
Especially one that fucked up.
Yes.
It eats a chick. He runs by. He's just running through the alleyway as it's growing, and at one point he notices apparently that there's a chicken being eaten under the wrapping of his arm because Empress somehow grabbed a whole
Grabbed
chicken.
the chicken and ate it.
Ate a chicken? Yeah.
I really. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I liked how he used his stand though. Like all
Yes.
the like I.
Yes.
It's really cool.
By that point in the show, I was like, Hermit Purple's like got a lot of cool different ways to like
Yeah.
be useful. It's,
Yeah. He uses it briefly to choke her, and then I really enjoyed when they like fell to the ground, and he's like, "Oh, you thought I was just stumbling, but actually I made a fucking map on the ground with my
Yes,
stand."
that
Yes.
specifically
So cool.
was awesome.
Hierophant Green has a lot of cool clairvoyant.
Are you talking about Hermit,
Hermit
Purple?
Purple.
Oh,
my
Hermit
dear
Purple.
boy.
My I'm so sorry. Hermit Purple uses clairvoyance in a lot of fun, interesting ways.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I also, very early on, when the Empress kills the doctor, and the Empress is like, come in here. My name is Joseph Joestar, and I'm a murderer. So fun. Like, it was all just very goofy, silly, and a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It does feel like, a lot of part 3 does feel like a Saturday morning cartoon. In that way.
Yep.
That I really
100%. And this was very much like, oh, there's this weird fucking monster. What do we do about it?
Mm-hmm.
You just replace Joseph's screams with like that scream that the voice actor for Tom and Jerry does. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got introduced to a staple in part 3, a staple motif. It's Joseph's his English exclamations. Oh no! Yeah, had feel that. You're gonna hear a lot more of that.
Have we not gotten that
No.
already?
No.
Okay, that was okay. I thought I had heard it thus far.
In part 2, it's kind of a callback to part 2 because in part 2 he specifically goes, "Oh no!" a few times, and Rocky takes it really far in part 3.
There's been a couple things that we've heard thus far. A lot of times where I'm like, I should have written it down, but there was one in these couple episodes where somebody said something in English, and I was like, really? Like, why would you know how to say that in English? And why would you expect, not only know how to say it, but you expect other people to know that?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's very fun. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
And the victory that Joseph gets is very satisfying. He does his classic thing where the person's like, and now I finally beat you. And Joseph's like, but did you? And then the coal hardens. And then he even gets I wish he did the line thing a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Because he beats her, and then while she's screaming, he's like, next you'll say, I just got my ass beat. And she's like, I just got my ass beat. What? And he explodes her. I think it would have been fun if that was how we got the reveal as he did that. But that's grasping at hairs. It was very satisfying and fun.
It was a nice homage. Some of the best parts of part 2.
I hope we get at least one more Joseph Stan fight. I would appreciate. Josh is smiling, and my hopes are dashed.
No. Your hopes are not dead.
My hopes are not dashed.
I don't. Maybe not a Joseph solo fight. But anyway, sorry. Getting. My carriage just got so far in front of my horses right now. I'm getting the cart before the horse.
Josh, you're kind of a strange guy.
I'm really surprised it took you that long to point that out. Yeah, pretty much. Really important character moment for Polnareff, even more important than the 2 episodes before, is that he gets traumatized by Nina bursting out of her fake body, her real body, and then he's sitting by the lake, just stone cold, shell shocked. He will never get over that.
Yeah, it seems to me the vibe I got from that was not like, oh, this good, because he's killed a lot of people in very disgusting ways. Yeah. It seemed like he was upset that he was flirting with an adult, and
oh god,
not a 16. More specifically, it seemed like they were trying to imply that he was upset. To me, at least, it seemed like they were trying to imply that he was upset that he was flirting with somebody that he did not find attractive.
I think there's very much a trend of that I'm not really a fan of, honestly, like out of all the part 3 arcs and stuff, of just like, oh, I can't find love. Like, why am I always so unlucky in love? Like, that's kind of a part of his deal.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
Yeah.
Me neither. And I don't like that Polnareff does read as a guy who would not date within his own age range.
Yeah.
It does kind of suck in that sense. But.
When I first watched it, I didn't realize that. I think there's just a disconnect. I didn't realize that the same girl Whole Horse was talking to was that same girl. So I just thought it was some other random like woman.
Well, yeah. Apparently, her tactic is that she followed Whole Horse there, pretending to be in love with him, so that she could intercept the target herself. You know, because these people are hired by Dio, and I guess they're technically in competition. The ones that are doing it for money.
I also, when Dio's fortune teller friend Enya when she found out that her son was dead, and then she was like, "I'll get revenge using the Empress stand." I really thought that was implying that was her stand.
No. That hers is Justice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she says it a little bit later in a different episode.
Yeah.
But when she first finds out that what's his name, Cornerstone,
Jay
Centerfold.
Guile.
Wait, no, Centerfold.
Oh,
is-
it's
Centerfold.
Yeah, it's localized to Centerfold, like because it's a song by the Jay Giles band. But his name's Jay Guile.
Okay,
Just so for if you'd rather know.
sure.
Yeah,
I like Centerfold as a name.
I
That's
do
fun.
too. Honestly, I think so.
I
too.
like the song.
But yeah, when she first finds out, she's like, "I will get him with the Empress," and then we don't find out her stand for a couple episodes. I was like, the whole time that the Joseph fight was happening, I was like, "Where is this bitch? Like, what the fuck?"
Oh, you'll find out about Justice.
Uh-huh.
You'll find out about Justice.
And I'm
Actually, in the
excited for
next one of the next episodes you're gonna watch is called Justice. So I don't know if that's. I don't know. That might be it.
So other than her as well, because we'll get to the next one. Other than her as well, we've seen all the ones that were talked about that were after them, right?
You have now seen all of them, yeah, including Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. Well, Wheel of Fortune, we didn't even hear about, right?
Oh, I think she mentioned Wheel of... I'll be honest, I don't remember the ones that she lists.
Because I remember specifically that she says, or no, there's one we're still missing. She says 4.
Oh yeah, she said death.
Yeah, she said death.
Yeah.
She did say death.
And did not say, neither her nor Yellow Temperance, neither of them said Wheel of Fortune, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's still that
Yeah.
coming up.
On to Wheel of Fortune. I don't know if there's a whole lot to talk about.
Car.
Car. It was a car fight. The little kid was back. She got back just in time to be in danger.
Yep.
And I thought it was cute them like trying to find the stand user, and they start like beating up random fucking
Oh my
guys at a
God,
dive
yeah.
bar, and
Yeah.
then it's just a guy with a big muscly arm hanging out of the car. And I enjoy as well. I think it's very fun that at first he's just being like an asshole, and they're like, is he a stand user or is this just some fucking prick?
Yeah.
And it's like a long time of them trying to figure that out. I thought that was very fun. The stand itself, I don't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically just a monster car that acts strangely.
Kind of like Strength in the way.
Oh, and
Yeah.
then Kakyoin does a really cool thing where they start falling.
Yeah.
And he shoots Hierophant Green out. And Joseph's like, Kakyoin, if you do that,
Right.
you'll be killed. You'll be torn to pieces. And Kakyoin just looks at him and he's like, Joseph, do you think I'm so stupid? And he brought the wench with him and like ties it to the... So good. So fucking
Yeah.
Yeah. Great Jotaro and Kakyoin moment right after that, too.
great. Yeah. Because, Joseph's like... Or Jotaro, sorry, is like, not bad, Kakyoin. And then he starts using Star Platinum to climb it up. Or, I don't remember this.
Yeah.
He's like, you like sumo?
Oh, yeah.
They just
God,
like have a
that was so-
conversation
Yeah.
that whole
If
time.
you look at it like
They're
they're literally
so close.
yeah, they are. They're
they have
They're so
talks
tender.
about hobbies.
I know.
It's crazy.
They're literally hanging in the car. They're hanging off of a cliff. And this is Kakyoin looking at Jotaro.
Josh just made a face. Like,
He's just turned around smug, like
Not
it's
a
literally
care in the
drawn
world.
just so smug, just looking at Jotaro. With
They just have such unyielding faith in each other.
they do, and then Jotaro
Each other's
he
bodies.
pulls, hangs onto the car, and then tugs. I love this move so much. He then tugs on the wench, and it sends it flying into the air, and then he punches Wheel of Fortune into the opposite direction into the cliff and switches places. I fucking love Star Platinum. I just love the ways that he uses it.
Great stuff.
Oh, and then he burns alive.
Yeah. It was. That was pretty
That
brutal.
a brutal moment.
Yeah.
That really.
Polnareff was like, it's not that bad.
Yeah. I've seen worse.
We see his
up.
eyes. We see his.
Oh,
I
yeah.
see Jotaro's eyes as they burn out of his
Yes.
skull.
And then
Did you?
it turns out that he dug a hole. That was one of the reveals that I was not quite as fond of, where it's like, oh yeah, well you didn't plan for this. I secretly dug a tunnel like a fucking gopher. And when you saw my face engulfed in flames, it was actually just my hat. Does he even take his hat off?
No, it's just his jacket. He just says, no, like, oh, Wheel of Fortune's like, oh my God, it's just his jacket. But before we realize that Jotaro's okay, he has maybe our favorite line in part 3 where he's like, that's it. This is the end of part 3.
And then Jotaro pops out and is like, oh yeah? Well, who's going to play the part of the cunning, charismatic Jotaro Kujo?
You remember that?
Oh yeah, that's
It feels
right.
very out of character for Jotaro.
It does.
But it's still very fun.
Did he punch car?
Then he punch car, and
he
then
punch car?
Hard.
so they beat Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is out of the car, and he's revealed to be a skinny, tiny little guy with just big, muscly arms, which is kind of funny. They then, in the middle of a desert, they beat the shit out of him. They tie him upside down to a rock, where he presumably, almost certainly, there's no roads nearby this. The dude then goes on to starve and die of thirst and heat exhaustion.
They also put a sign in. So even if somebody happens upon him, they put a sign in front of him that says, I'm doing like a monk meditation.
Yeah.
Please do not interfere.
Yeah.
An ascetic retreat.
You know what I think would be fun for us to do is if Clayton kept track of what he thinks the worst defeat, like the worst
Most
fate,
brutal
the
fate.
most brutal fate after being defeated
Uh-huh.
is in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think so far this is probably it for me. I know there's
Yeah.
Cars, of course.
Yeah.
I think this is. I don't know, because Cars, of course, his will last forever because he's like immortal. But also, I feel like he ultimately will be fine. Because I think
They'll get a
Cars.
planet at some point.
Cars
He's
also
capable.
deserved it.
Yeah.
Like, this guy didn't deserve to be brutally tortured. He was just some fucking dork.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
yeah.
true. Well, it's not about. I don't know. Are we going by how well it fits the crime? How well the punishment fits the crime?
I mean, I think most brutal.
Yeah.
To
Most
me,
brutal.
Cars
That's
is
probably
like,
Cars. Yeah.
that sucks. I still, for me, rather than Cars, I take the car.
Damn. They did
know-
take the
you know
car,
what I
by the
mean?
way. They took his car.
They took his car.
Even
That's
more
true.
so. They took his shit beat up fucking car.
Even if he gets untied, he's still dying in that desert.
No, they left him. Honestly, I'd kill him.
Yeah.
In that situation, it's the nice thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, why didn't they? They didn't want the blood on their hands.
So Wheel of Fortune is my third least favorite so far, right under Tower of Grey.
Under as in you like Tower of Grey more?
I like Tower of Grey more, and I
Interesting.
like Wheel of Fortune more than Yellow Temperance.
Awesome. So who's at number 1 right now?
Number 1 is it's back to Star Platinum.
Awesome.
Star Platinum, Hanged Man, Ebony Devil, and the top 3, bottom 3, Dark Moon Blue, Yellow Temperance, and Wheel of Fortune.
Cool. Okay. Tracks? So far, that tracks.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's decently. I do love seeing your perspective. I had a very different perception of these episodes when I first watched them than you, but I feel how you're feeling now.
Hell yeah.
Feel that.
With that, we talked about do we want to do Smash or Pass with these real quick?
Yeah, real quick, because we should have just done that from the beginning. I just can't believe we didn't do that.
We talked, and we'll do this going forward. I'll give my Smash or Pass for every stand that I see. I would love to hear y'all's for the rest of them as well.
Awesome.
But just going through my list real quick. Star Platinum, obviously Smash.
Yes, Smash.
Hanged Man, from what I remember, probably a pass. I think he was like nasty looking.
Yeah.
Ebony Devil, pass.
You wanted it. You wanted to.
The Emperor,
That is a gun.
that is pass. That's a gun.
Gunplay.
Silver Chariot. I don't like metallic things in that kind of setting. I think that would weird me out. I'm gonna have to pass. The Empress, obviously that's gonna have to be a pass. Hierophant Green, I want that to be my stand when I'm smashing. I use that to fucking tie some people up, do some crazy shit there.
That's actually the right answer.
Yeah. Strength, that is a boat. Magician's Red, that
Smash
is
or
also going to
pass?
have to be a pass. These are mostly pass so far. Hermit Purple, ouchie, pass.
Ouchie.
Tower of Gray, that is a beetle, pass. Wheel of Fortune, car, pass. Yellow Temperance, big sticky goo, pass. And Dark Moon
come
Blue, that's a
on.
fish, pass.
Big sticky goo is a pass?
That's a pass.
Yeah, we really don't have a lot of fuckable stands yet.
The gun is also
Not yet.
pretty fuckable.
Gun?
It's a gun. It's got a hole.
It's cylindrical. Here's the thing. I'm excited. I think I can guess the next stand that you will say smash to.
Okay.
In my head.
Is it going to be in the next episodes I watch?
I'm actually. Hold on. Let me look.
Let's let them look.
Part 3 is a lot of ugly stands.
So far, a lot of them have also been completely inanimate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
not possible to smash.
True and
You can have
yes.
sex with a boat, too. There's so many corners.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, there's probably not for a long while will there be another fuckable stand. But
Okay.
I
Can
can
see
think
that?
I'm thinking episode 40.
Episode 40. Okay. I have a milestone.
Episode
I'm
40
excited.
might be. And then definitely maybe episode 45-ish.
Are there any stands that have big jugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not well, are you talking about man? Are you talking about are you talking about like pecs or are you talking about titties?
We've already got pecs.
Okay, not for a while. Not for a while. but yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
No,
to
there are
imagine.
stands. There are stands that are so hot that
Uh-huh.
it makes me sad every time I see them because they're not real.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Interesting stuff.
What? It makes you sad that they're not real?
Do I have to
Because you
fucking-
want to sex them so bad?
I'm thinking more like
Which-
way later.
Okay. Write that down on a
I'm gonna
piece of
just show
paper
you a
and slide it
picture of
across.
what-
Guys, I think we need to talk about One Piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else anybody needs to say or inquire about a la JoJo?
Don't think so.
Doesn't look like
Oh,
it.
come on.
Really?
Come on.
I mean, it's a fuckable stand. We'll get into that later.
Show me.
I have
just
a
show
feeling
me.
we're gonna have to edit this episode a lot.
No,
No.
I can't show you that. This is. Can I show him?
Can you say the name of the...
Let's
Okay,
talk
yeah, we'll go.
about One Piece.
Okay.
What did y'all think of? We got a very small little taste of Alabasta, but for the most part, we just went through a large chunk of Drum Island. What do we think, y'all?
I liked it. It's good.
Hayden liked it. It was good.
I like Tony Chopper.
Tony Chopper, who we learned ate not. He's not a
Oh
man
my
who ate the
fucking
reindeer
God.
fruit. He's
The-
a reindeer who ate the human fruit.
No, not the human fruit. The human fruit.
Of course.
That's how it's named.
My most important question.
It was.
What happens if a human
That's
eats the human
literally
human
what
fruit?
I asked Josh. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
I mean, there's implications. There's only one of any given devil fruit.
Oh, for real?
So
What?
we don't know that at the moment. But yes,
You got to crack it open to know what kind of what word you're repeating
that's
twice.
what I was like literally wondering. I was like, how does someone know that this is this fruit until you eat it, and then
True.
there would have to be like coming from a tree of known fruit. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
like know what the powers are.
I'm wondering if we're ever going to see the
I don't
tree
know.
of the devil fruits or the bush of the
Yeah.
devil fruits. That'd be cool.
all stuff that is answered and explained.
Okay,
all stuff
cool.
that there is, information about, but not that I can share with you currently.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that was neat. Also, he's a blue-nosed reindeer.
Blue-nosed
Yeah,
Instead of
reindeer.
red
That
nose.
was really cute.
Nobody let him
Red-nosed
play the reindeer
Oh,
game.
no.
I really like Chopper so far.
He's
I think he's
cute.
going to
Yep.
end up being one of my favorite Straw Hats.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
I'm also just I remember I've seen pictures of Chopper in his little boy form and his sweet little cute little patootie form,
Uh-huh.
and I was always like, well, how is he gonna fight? Like, how the fuck is that? But this motherfucker
We don't know
turned
what
it.
job he was gonna
I
have.
know he can turn into a reindeer and a hulking man.
Yeah,
Right?
which is an interesting choice for the doctor to be. Like, it's just funny. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's, the doctor doesn't need to be good at anything else besides doctoring.
Yeah.
And but
And he's
But he
so-
can punch hard now.
yeah.
He's so
Yeah.
sweet. I don't know why he doesn't just stay in. I don't know why he stays in his. Is it easier for him to stay in his middle like toddler form?
Yeah. So, and we get a little bit of information about this. So I'll give what I think is appropriate to give. We learn of another type of devil fruits. We talked about this a little bit last time. Zoan fruits. It is explicitly stated that most Zoan fruits have 3 transformations.
Yeah.
The 3 transformations that they are kind of showing here is we see the pure reindeer form, which is obviously just Chopper. That's normal. Like, for example, if it was a human who had eaten a beast form, it would be just that human.
Yeah.
There is the animal form, which is Chopper in man mode, which is when everybody thinks he's a monster. He's like a big guy. Mm-hmm. The Chopper that is usually strutting about, I believe, is his hybrid form, which is the other one.
Yeah.
Like when we see Dalton as a like ox guy standing up on all 4s, that is when he is in his hybrid form, which is usually considered the most powerful form of a Zoan user.
Which is interesting because didn't he turn into like something that looked like just a normal ox?
Yes, he can turn into a normal ox.
So then
well.
how come his third form, how come he has a normal human form and a normal animal form?
Uh-huh.
But Chopper doesn't have a normal human form and a normal animal form.
That is a good point. Chopper's human form, which is the man one where he's a big monster, he's still quite furry. And I think that gets touched on a little bit, but that is quite peculiar. I think the common consensus is that is just a quirk of the human fruit.
Okay.
That even in the human mode, somebody still retains their slight bits of their animal characteristics.
Sure.
Cool.
Gotcha.
I love with Chopper, one of my favorite things. It got me every time when he did the little the peeking bit when he would peek out from behind and he'd peek the wrong way.
That's
Yeah.
so cute.
It's so
That's
cute.
funny.
It's
I
so
love him.
funny. Chopper just had a lot of great moments throughout this.
Yeah.
Made me cry. I put one on the cry counter. For
Yeah,
him,
baby.
for him. With his whole backstory.
I
when-
almost got misty-eyed when it went about the
He-
crossbone skull.
and he
gave him
also-
poison.
He also, but then also when he was kicked out, when he was given the creatures goodbye,
He got a creature goodbye.
he came back and he was like, "Look, I'm hurt. Now you have to," and that was sad. That was
That.
that was a big one.
The drawing of him after he goes through all that hell to get that one mushroom.
Yeah.
The drawing of him like missing an antler and like beat to hell is very sad to look at. My little guy.
Ugh. So much. I feel like so much happened in these 2 volumes. Actually,
Right.
now I'm thinking about it.
Dr. Herluck, though, since we're talking about Chopper backstory stuff, Dr. Herluck, I think, had the best character intro in all of One Piece so far.
Which was
When he just broke into somebody's house, started doctoring on them.
Failed.
Somebody was like, "Hey, don't do that," and he shot her with a gun, and then couldn't fix either of them and left.
Yeah.
I found it so interesting how, I mean, dude, Oda loves pirates because he's like this doctor who, by all accounts, we never see him do any pirating or even sailing, although it's alluded that maybe he did travel. It's like, dude, pirates are fucking so cool. They kind of inspire me, and I'm going to make it my insignia. As a doctor, I'm going to make a Jolly Roger my
Kind of
insignia.
inspire me to eat poison.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Well, this is a world not only with rampant piracy, but also
That's true,
a
in
world
the golden age of
of islands in the golden age of pirates. So yeah, everybody in this world will have some sort of opinion on pirates.
Cool.
Did did he know that it was poison, the mushroom?
I believe so.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was like, "There's no way." Yeah, okay. He just like he saw the thing, but
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, I won't die because anything's possible."
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Well, I
think
think-
he took that because he knew he was gonna die taking it.
He was like, Chopper made this for me. Chopper went through all this to get it. I'm gonna drink this and tell him that it's really good, and then I'm not going to die from it because I am going to do a terrorist attack on the king of this country.
Yep.
That was insane. But I liked it a lot. It was very touching. Everything with Hero Look, I just found it to be random. For some reason, it felt random, his introduction, but it just felt very like it was very necessary by the end. And
I didn't like him. Hero Look. I don't know. I just didn't. I was like, shut up.
You found him irresponsible.
It was like frustrating.
That is a common take for people.
Really?
My personal first experience with Hero Look, because a lot of early One Piece is this way for me, was through the anime, which a common consensus. This is like the only time that this is a common consensus. Common consensus is that this was handled better in the anime. The anime makes him more likable.
Okay.
And not as much of a just flat-out menace who is breaking into people's homes, shooting people, not able to do any doctoring.
Wow.
Because I think I had a similar thing. I really loved. He came in really hot for me, and I was like, "This is an amazing character," and then meddled out into something. I was like, I like him with Chopper.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Also, can I call Chopper Tony? Is that okay? I love that his name is Tony.
Anthony Helicopter.
Antonio Helicopter. Motorcycle. I actually, if you don't mind, kind of taking it back.
Take it
back.
Dude, I'm about to fucking. Anyway, I almost got going. You almost got me going.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's just the beginning of this volume. I love the energy going into it because there's already such stakes with Nami being sick.
True.
Ooh, oh my God, Nami, stay in bed.
But
stay in bed, Nami. You're sick. I was getting so angry when Nami was.
She was just screaming.
Sorry.
She did I literally was gonna bring up that moment where like. Eventually, when Luffy was fighting Wapol, I think, he came back, and she was like, "What's going on?" And he was like, "Nothing. Go back to sleep." And she's like, "Okay."
Yeah, that
So
was
that
great.
was nice.
Didn't he say like, "Oh, there's a fight going on,"
Oh,
and
yeah,
then he just
yeah,
walked
yeah.
away, and
She
she's
was
like,
like-
"That was
It
crazy."
was like, is
kid."
it serious? He's like, nah, I'll take care of it.
Yes, and I was
it's like he's gonna go play outside.
it was good. It was cool. It was like she trusts them.
Yeah.
basically.
Especially Wapol is not a threat.
No, I fucking love how much Wapol got his shit rocked constantly.
Yeah, that was very satisfying.
That's-
One of the most love to hate him character. I fucking hated him so much.
Yeah.
A
That's
piece of
why-
fucking shit.
That's why I wish it took less time to defeat him.
I wish that he got sent to hell and we could see him be
Okay.
tortured by the devil.
All right.
I wish we could see his flesh burn off his body because I fucking hate. Because people like him exist actually.
Yeah.
They
Really?
do.
Yeah,
Where?
Yep.
there's two behind you right
Yeah.
now. They're gonna
People
bet
like him
chomp,
exist,
chomp.
and I hope that they have that kind of inferno of a fate. But yeah. So Sanji, at one point is just like Nami is priority number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sanji's just always so fucking funny to me.
Yeah.
His character has kind of just become that he's a simp right now. I'm hoping we get something else soon, but it is it's so funny.
Let me say something about Sanji that no one has mentioned yet. In these volume covers, particularly, he is serving the gender so on a silver fucking platter, no pun intended. Like it's so like every single like one where they're like cool outfits or whatever, he kills it. I just wanted to make that.
What kind of gender? Exactly.
Whatever he feels
it's
like.
Whatever he fucking
Whatever he
feels
feels
like. Gender nonconforming king. So he's I don't know. He's really good. And oh my god, there's that moment that fucking destroyed us with the Sanji's like they're trying to escape from the avalanche, and he's like, "Movie, watch out, watch out, watch out!" A woman requires a gentle touch, and then gets fucked up.
It's like every panel is like absolute chaos, and then it's a picture of Sanji smiling rather
It's
coyly.
so funny.
And then he gets literally his spine broken by an avalanche.
No,
Oh,
What?
that's where his back broke.
Yeah.
I missed that he got his back broken there, and I thought I interpreted
Spinal.
that the other doctor what's her name?
Kureha.
Kureha, that she broke his back to stop him from fighting. And I was like, this is an insane choice, but I'm vibing with it. Forgot about the avalanche. The snowboarding segment was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Those freaking bunnies could snowboard too.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah, and they helped them because
Luffy saved
one.
a little one's mom, and then they helped him. And I loved that a lot. I thought that was really nice. It was a big Luffy moment.
With the Wapole fight, I really loved the fucking moment where Luffy took a cannonball straight to the face while holding the Jolly Roger.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. It was epic for sure, but like, okay, what? You know, like what? Like,
How do you mean?
where? He just tanked that. How can he just tank that?
Well,
Yeah.
so when he was 10.
Yo ho
ate
ho!
this
He
thing.
took a bite
that
of gum.
feels like it felt like a stretch, no pun intended, for Luffy to be able to.
To be quite clear, Luffy would have been able to do that whether he had the fruit or not.
Oh, great.
Fuck.
People, I don't know how many times I have to say this.
Yeah.
People in this world are not human beings.
No.
This is a world of demigods. Luffy is not a human. Luffy could probably pick up that castle if he wanted to.
He is an anomaly. He's stated to be like this anomaly within the story. I'm wondering if there's going to be some sort of lore reason.
Is he an
Well,
anomaly?
His anomaly so far is just his drive.
Well, no, he's an anomaly in what he the beating he can take. Him, Sanji, and Zoro.
But there's a difference between really specific ways he can't be hurt because of his devil fruit powers and then just blows that he can take as just as good as anyone else
Luffy,
can take a blow like
Zoro,
that.
and Sanji are an anomaly for the East Blue. Now that they're on the Grand Line, they're pretty strong, but they're far from an anomaly.
Yeah, but from normal people, it's though.
Yes.
And I'm
Not everybody in the world is like that. There's going to be a clear distinction of like who is built different. Luffy's built
That's a
different.
good way to put it.
I
Yeah.
will say, I'm not a fan of that. Like, I'm just not a fan of whenever it's just kind of like, yeah, because he's strong of heart and that's why he's just invincible. I typically only like that when it's like done in a parody sense. I can get over it. It's definitely not going to in any way ruin One Piece for me. It's just a bit annoying because I don't like that trope.
I mean, it's not even just strong of heart. It's like, again, people in this world are literally capable of, if they work out enough, their muscles will be harder than steel. Like, it's like that. You can achieve Superman body if you work out hard enough.
That's fine.
I think I would feel the same way as you if they tried to shove that whole like, oh, because he's strong of heart thing down your throat more. It kind of just feels like a casual thing that exists, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of like, whoa, how was he able to take that? Oh, it's because I care about my friends. Like if they harped on it more, I would be annoyed by it, but I don't think they do that much.
Because also all the villains take it. Like Wapol got rocketed into the fucking solar system and still came back. They like a lot of people have taken a lot of crazy beatings. You know,
Yeah.
Think of it. I think the line that it is trying to write is similar to like Greek mythology. Like people can get stabbed through the heart, but if they are a strong enough warrior, they will still use a donkey's bone to. This is the Bible now to kill the Samsonites. It is. These are people and men of myth. And so Luffy can get shot by a cannon and explode.
and it
And
looks
that's fine.
awesome when it happens.
It
What
did
did y'all-
look awesome.
What did y'all think of when Luffy did a gum bullet and he said "bull" and then we got the whole.
Oh.
That was so funny.
Loved
Yeah,
that.
that was
Because it went
great.
on for like 2 chapters, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the whole
it
backstory.
spanned several
Yeah.
chapters.
It was really just good to see like Luffy about to just punch the ever living fuck out of Wapol, knowing that there's no way Wapol can escape it, and then it does the. You must be wondering how I got it, and then it just goes to the entire. Like we get everything. We truly get everything behind Drum Island, and it's compelling stuff. I will say, I like that it ties Dalton into it's not just Chopper's backstory. It is the backstory of Drum Island. Period.
Yep.
Which Chopper's at the center of, but
And Vivi's in there. Like,
Exactly.
It
Yeah.
incorporates her really well. You get these first introductions to like this world government thing.
Yes.
That's going on.
we see the World Council, which now makes it more clear that these kings of these kingdoms are adherent to the world government, so they're not just a bunch of random rogue kingdoms. At least from the ones we understand, which is really interesting.
And I love how Luffy, especially at like the end, just jumping forward a second, is when Wapple's like begging for his life, and he's like, I can't like you're assaulting a king of the World Council, and Luffy's like, I don't fucking care. Like he's ready to go to war with the whole world just to punch Wapple in the face.
He's like, I have a bounty of 30 million.
I know
that I find to be funny and fun and funny.
He also, when he was doing this, he had this whole fight for Chopper and asked Chopper to join his crew. And only after Chopper joins does he even find out that he's a doctor.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, well, why did you want him in the first place? And he's like, he has 7 transformations.
He actually has 7 forms that he can make last for 3 minutes. I like that Luffy's a little goober.
Yeah.
We got this little 7 form fruit.
That was
thing.
one of the better fights so far we've seen was Chopper laying down the law.
With popping between these transformations.
Yes.
With the, what was it called?
The Rumble Ball.
The Rumble Ball.
There's also, this isn't a huge deal. They translate it funny. I really want to find a better translation that has the color for y'all. Because I like that y'all are reading it in color. I think that's good.
really think I would struggle with others.
For future reference, if you hear anybody talking about Chopper's points, instead of reindeer focus or hoof focus, he usually is saying hoof point and horn, and it's usually point rather than focus.
Okay.
Not a huge deal.
Wait, is that like an attack he does or something, or
Whenever he is like transforming, when he has like guard focus and he turns into a big fluff ball, they change point to focus, and I don't know why.
Okay, got it.
I liked the kind of take on fascism that they were showing in this sense, where it's like medical rations being kind of the center of it. I did think at first it was a bit of an odd choice to be like a doctor purge. Like they didn't really go too far into like, I think aside from a passing line, why Wapple was even doing it.
He wanted the control. He wanted
I guess.
full
It was
control
'cause they
over
were,
the doctors.
He was like, I'm putting the doctor character in now, and this is about the doctors, and this is how a fascist would control the medical
I know,
industry.
but like, I found it interesting that he just. Okay, yes, but like,
what?
I know that there was a doctor, and that was the segue to talk
Yes.
about doctors. But I just mean like the fact that Oda decided to focus specifically on doctors as the way to talk about healthcare was interesting, but also in the context of like a kingdom, you know, where it's like I'm trying to draw the parallels to what he might be saying in general, and I found it, a bit of an interesting parallel, if that's what he's going for. At least my interpretation of it.
Yeah.
I
think it is, early One Piece, a lot of stuff like this where he's touching on it. This was in like early 2000s at this point, and he doesn't. There's not a whole lot that is being communicated in here, other than like, man, this guy fucking sucks, and the healthcare system is a little fucked up when it's not free for everybody.
True.
But yeah, I it works, but it's not like incredibly impactful, I don't think.
Something that was brought up with the World Council lore was we see Vivi's dad,
Nefertari Cobra,
the king of
Nefertari
Alabasta,
Vivi.
who we then meet later in the current time, who is depicted as a much more competent king and ruler than Wapple.
Indeed.
Which makes me start to feel like it's not going to be as... I get more and more interested to see how Alabasta is going to be handled, especially as we got our glimpse into kind of its like political situation now, which was so cool. Alabasta already, I love that we're going kind of like Middle Eastern themed here with the kind of like desert wear they got going on and everything.
Yeah.
But also the fact that Sir Croc is a hero.
Yeah, I really love that. There's like that little taste of this angle that he's playing of getting everybody on his side,
Right.
which is like especially for this like takeover that he's wanting to do. It's so great. He also sucks the soul out of everybody with sand or something like that. That was awesome.
Yeah. Unclear,
Yeah.
guys, how that works, but
He also got stabbed like 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can clear this up for me, or if this is something I'm not supposed to really think about yet. But
Sure.
like the
Sure, what's
Sir
wrong,
Croc,
baby?
right? Okay, so King Nefertari
Mm-hmm.
is he is in service of the world government, or he is subservient to the world government.
Yes, there is. This is implied. I think we even get that it is. I think we get the name of Mary Joie,
Yes.
which is where the meeting is held between all the leaders of nations
Is
across
that
the world.
on the Grand Line or is that off the Grand Line?
I don't think we know that yet.
Okay.
And that's very interesting that people in the Grand Line, either people in the Grand Line have to travel outside of it regularly for these meetings,
Uh-huh.
or vice versa, people have to travel into the Grand Line to have these meetings. Either way,
Yes.
that's really cool.
I wonder.
So there is, one, there's also that moment where Dragon is we get a little glimpse of Dragon again because he has a huge bounty on his head from the world government.
Because he's a revolutionary.
He's a revolutionary.
Indeed.
So, bing, ding, ding, ding. Ultimate good guy of One Piece, it seems like. I don't know. But anyway, King Nefertari is subservient to the world government. But then he's dealing with an insurgency led by Sir Croc, who is a warlord of the sea, which means he's a pirate paid by the world government.
Yes.
So this is 2 people who are working for the same entity,
Uh-huh.
but are having this struggle for power. I'm wondering how having the same kind of having the same.
So the world government and Mary Joie, that's a lot like the UN.
Okay.
The world government does not necessarily have a say in the geopolitics of Alabasta. They have a relationship with Alabasta, more to speak. Cobra is not like, working for them by any sense. Yeah.
Okay. But there's alliances that are formed in the world government. Like Wapol talked about how because he's in alliance with the world government, fucking with him is going to be a problem for Luffy later.
Uh-huh.
Make him an international criminal.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably, if I had to guess, it's probably like, Sir Croc is causing this trouble for Alabasta, and the world government's like, we should probably do something, but I don't know. I don't want to get involved with that guy. It's probably best that we stay neutral because
Yeah.
we don't want to make any,
Yeah.
It's probably also that thing of just like, oh, it doesn't really matter who runs Alabasta. Like they obviously don't care who's running a country because they don't say anything about Wapol.
They
as
also-
long as they work.
Cobra is like a part of the world government. He just doesn't like answer to them. They're not his boss. It's like the UN, and there's like NATO, of course, but they don't get to like tell people what to do.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting to
And
see.
Alabasta is still seemingly a very powerful nation that has a lot of resources and things to use. So having control of it is
Also,
pretty good.
I can't believe I just remember this. Or I didn't remember this till now. Someone is waiting in Alabasta for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Tom-
right. That's
Tom
right.
Holland.
Ace.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland is waiting for them. It's so funny that we just met Ace.
Uh-huh.
And literally a day later, the rumor is spread that Tom Holland is going to be cast as
So
Ace in the
funny.
season
So
2 or
funny.
something.
To be quite clear, that is that's not happening.
No.
That's a joke.
It is
completely?
just a joke. Yeah.
Okay, good.
That would be
That'd
would be
be
terrible
insane.
casting.
Ace is a brand new character.
Brand new
Yes,
character.
Ace
Okay.
is
Yeah.
the one
I-
yeah.
Still in Shadow.
I thought Ace was that one guy from Shanks's crew.
Uh-huh.
Who?
The guy with black hair from Shanks's crew.
Oh,
Guy
like
with
his
black hair from
like his
Shanks'
first
crew.
mate or something.
I think so. He was like
Okay.
wearing a scarf.
Yeah, no.
You
this
sound
is,
insane right now.
Beckman?
Hayden, you sound crazy.
Ben Beckman?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, not at all.
Okay. Cool.
No,
Ace
yeah.
is the guy who...
I'm very bad with
He
names.
showed up and he was like, "You seen this guy with Luffy's poster?" And they were like,
Yeah,
"No." And he
yeah.
was like, "Well, if he comes by."
Yeah, I'll tell him I got it.
He's
And then they
also-
forget to do that.
and he
The
dined and
reason
dashed.
that he was in Drum Island is he was looking, more importantly, for Blackbeard.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I don't know if you guys thought anything about this, but they mentioned something really specific. They said it was a weird day. It didn't snow.
Yeah.
And we know that Dragon controls the weather, right? Basically.
We have an idea that he does.
So
Wind blast.
wait, yeah, he was the one definitely doing it. So maybe they're together for some. I don't know, but
Dating.
oh,
I don't
and they were
know.
roommates.
Ace looks like. I have a feeling that Ace is from Luffy's past. It's just the way he talked about it. Seemed to know Luffy. I wouldn't be surprised if he was related to Luffy somehow.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like an older brother type character. He could also just have One Piece face, and not look like, I don't know. But the way he looked, the only thing we know about him is that scene and then his appearance on the next volume cover, which I always look at the next volume cover.
I did too.
Yeah.
I just remembered something. When we next see Ace, there's going to be a physical characteristic about him. Y'all may remember we've talked about this a little bit. There's a physical characteristic about him that is Oda having a bit of a goof and not thinking about a certain thing. I almost want to tell you what it is. I'm going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
We talked about how there is a symbol
Oh no.
to the Hindu
No.
that means a certain thing.
Oh my god.
And so
Thank you for letting me know ahead
I
of time.
want to tell y'all this so that it does not sideswipe y'all.
Oh,
Ace has
man.
a quite large swastika on his back. In the
Oh
first
my
chapter we see him in.
God.
Only the first chapter?
It is changed because again Oda there's that note when we see it on a fishman. And Oda is like, well, yeah, this means this. And then he released that and people were like, whoa. I remember Alex telling me that he saw that and was like, oh shit, this guy is he's obviously a terrible bad guy. He's the primary villain.
Is it depicted in the way that it is in the Hindu iconography?
Yes,
Okay.
it is flat.
There was also in Logetown, it's called. Just an extras T-shirt that had it huge printed on the front. I forgot to mention that during that. But
Oda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
So that is that symbol is amended later. I don't know if it might make it past the first chapter, but it does not stick around.
Okay.
It is.
Jeez.
I wanted to get that out of the way.
Well, aside from that,
Uh-huh.
excited to meet more of him. He's Adriana pointed out something that I think is very true, and that he is the sexiest character so far to be that we. That
And you've
I've
only seen him
So
covered up.
awesome.
Yeah.
No,
we
the-
saw him on the volume cover.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I was like,
So you've seen his
insane.
fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
definitely the sexiest
Yeah.
guy. I mean, he's got nothing on
I don't know.
I don't know. Just my
Dude,
opinion.
when we make it further in the series, there is something I'm so excited to show y'all that has to do with horrible depictions of Mr. Ace.
Oh, God.
But I'm excited.
What does
about
that mean, Clayton?
He's gonna show us porn.
Yay.
Pornographic.
Okay. So that was
So
real.
that's different.
But other than that, we also get this. I think the kind of last thing on the stuff.
Name drop.
Name drop.
Name drop.
Yeah.
Name drop
Oh, of course.
of a big name of somebody whose name we thought was Gold Roger.
Wait,
Yep.
I literally, I
Yep.
could have
I
sworn.
knew-
It is.
I could have sworn that I saw it written.
Hey, sorry everyone. We just had an audio cut out.
The first one of the episode.
The first one of the episode. If you can find any other ones in the episode, find it and tell us where. We'll give you a treat. We'll give you a reward. I bet you can't.
Clayton did that on purpose, actually, to
yes.
interrupt me.
It's a
because-
sweepstakes. We're doing a little sweepstakes.
Adriano is too close to discovering the greatest secret of One Piece.
Yeah.
I said Buggy D Clown, and everybody thought it was real.
Yeah.
We missed that. It's lost to time.
Because he said Buggy the Clown, and I was like, wait, did I accidentally read that. I saw Buggy D, and then my brain just read it as the. And
I would love
anyway.
Buggy to be the
Buggy to-
chosen one.
Buggy
I
to
would
be-
love. Luffy seems like he's kind of the chosen one, which is what that seems to be kind of the theme here. I want Buggy to be the other chosen one.
Oh, like a Neville.
Like I
situation?
was just thinking like a Neville Longbottom.
Okay.
We haven't seen. I was just saying we hadn't seen
sorry
Luffy.
for referencing
We hadn't
Big
seen
Bar.
Buggy in a while, and I can't wait for Buggy to be one day. One day maybe even a Straw Hat.
I feel like he's. Has,
Oh shit!
I was literally. Yeah, I was gonna say like he has. I feel like he's gonna go through so much shit in the future.
It's gonna be so funny. It's always
That's my
it's gonna be
prediction
so
for
funny
him.
every time. I don't even know actually like what Buggy's trajectory is. Yeah, for all I know, he stays a villain the entire
I like
to now.
I
but
like Straw Hat Buggy. I like this theory.
Yeah.
I don't think he would ever not be the captain of his own ship though,
Sure.
of his own crew.
But who knows? Maybe this is like a classic like rivals to lovers situation.
Yeah.
Luffy and
You think
Buggy are.
Luffy gonna fuck
I think they're
Buggy?
gonna fuck. Just like Goku and Vegeta fuck all the time.
What do y'all think all the Straw Hats' sexualities are?
Luffy, actually, I don't know. Luffy is like, I feel like he doesn't even like. I think he's like Ace.
Yeah.
He seems
Yeah.
Arrow Ace.
Like I think that it is pretty heavily implied in the series.
We should do this with the
throughout.
JoJos too.
Uh-huh.
I
They're
think-
all straight men. They're all straight cis men.
Yep.
I don't know about
Obviously.
that. Well, yeah, Luffy, Air Ace, Nami, fucking bi Ace. I don't know. Nami seems like she's also like aromantic. Sorry, she feels like she's aromantic, but probably I don't know pansexual. I don't fucking know.
I want Josh to answer all of them.
I
I'm
know,
so
because
happy
it's
he's
great.
taking
I mean, 'cause
point.
he's
Yeah.
Let's have the straight guy do
Nami
it.
has not had a moment. Nami has not had a moment where like she's bless you.
Bless you.
Bless everyone. Shut the hell. Everyone, shut the fuck up. Clayton just sneezed. A moment of silence. 15 moments of silence, and we're back. We cut those out. Yeah, Zoro. Nami hasn't had a moment where she has been like head over heels for anyone. I'm thinking though, maybe. Honestly, I hope not. I hope that never happens.
I don't have a lot of information for all of them yet.
Yeah.
I feel like
Sanji's straight.
I feel like
No.
if Sanji isn't straight, then he's kind of like a bisexual girl, where it's like, oh, women, but whatever. I hate that I'm attracted to men.
Yeah, Sanji and Zoro I think are both in the same boat of being they identify as heterosexual, but they're bi-curious. Let's be real, and they're bi-curious for each other, right, Clayton? Exactly.
Luffy is ace. Zoro is gay. Nami is bisexual. Usopp is straight.
Yeah.
And Sanji is also bisexual. Chopper is a deer. And a
Are
child.
Are these canon? Or are they your?
These are my canon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Zoro's
I would've-
gay?
If I had
Zoro
to,
is gay.
I feel like he kind of had a thing for
he's
Tashigi.
gonna fuck the
Zoro
sword
You
lady.
guys.
is gay.
if you asked me to guess what you thought they were, or what a fan thought all their sexualities were, that's actually exactly what I would have said.
Yeah.
And you can't say that I'm wrong
What
or
makes
that
you-
I'm lying because you
True.
told me
So
the
far,
answer
Zoro
first.
hasn't given off real gay energy, except for how obsessed with his rivalry with Sanji that he seems to.
I
have
don't
for
think
me.
you understand.
I really don't. I'm actually the one person at this table who shouldn't be talking this much, and pretending he knows this much about all this. But what do y'all think? Hayden, go first. I wanna hear all the round.
Okay. I don't know. I feel I think this thought of Sanji. I think Sanji says he's straight. But I don't know if that's. I agree. I don't know if that's always 100% true. I think. I don't know. I don't know. Sanji's up in the air.
Sanji was on Grindr for like a day.
Sanji is like, it's just so much easier to have sex with me.
That's true. That's a good take.
He is striking out a lot with the ladies. He tries and so.
I think they're all pan. That's my guess. Everybody's
Chopper?
pan. Chopper's a child.
Chopper's a child and a deer.
Oh,
and a deer.
I didn't know he was a child. But I'm
But-
glad I
Yeah,
know
Chopper.
Well-
Chopper is younger than the rest of them by a lot.
Oh,
He's like
okay.
a kid.
Yeah, wasn't he like a baby deer in his group before
You're right,
he
you're
ate
right.
the fruit? I feel
Uh-huh.
I don't know how long it's
Chopper's
been.
a
but-
boy.
I do think I don't think Usopp's straight. I think I don't know.
You're
I
gonna
don't
tell you're gonna tell Clayton that?
know. I think so. I
Sure.
think I'm gonna demand that.
Say what you want.
Go.
Adriana?
I already said I don't have like I.
Oh, you don't have enough info.
Yeah. Like
Uh-huh.
I said, like what I said about Sanji. That's my take about him. And then that's what Clayton said would be my what's it called, prediction for what I probably would think.
I want to know. I really do want to know whenever you actually. How do you feel about the Crusaders?
How do I feel about them in general?
Well, no.
About their
I
sexuality?
don't care about how you feel about them in general. Their sexuality.
I would guess. Here's the thing. Joseph, I think, is honestly. I mean, I get canonly he like falls in love with him. I would put him in the gay box. He is in love with Caesar, and his one true love died. And then he was like, "Well, I guess I'm going to pass down my legacy or whatever."
You think he's completely compet and he's not bisexual at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Cool.
Jotaro, I don't know. I don't know hardly anything about him. I think, honestly, my instinct usually would be to make him and Kakyoin kiss, but I really do like them as bros. I really like them as
yeah.
friends.
Me
I
too.
agree.
Me too.
Polnareff, I don't know. He's French.
He's kind of like Sanji. Yeah.
He's a disaster.
And then I think I really do just have such a hard time picturing any of these people being romantic.
That's
Or
fair.
sexual, like Avdol. Like I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't. But whoever he's with, it's a candlelight dinner. That's all I know. That's
That's true. That's true. He's a good boyfriend. Wherever it falls.
yeah.
So true. So true.
I think I could make an argument for Nami just being gay instead of bi, but that's
Her and Vivi.
I literally
Vivi.
my exact
Can
thoughts
they-
were like they're so awesome together.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't that be cool if they were just friends? There was also
Yeah,
like,
that'd be so
gal
cool,
power?
Josh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying that's like
Wouldn't it be cool if y'all were just friends?
no. But I mean like that's good.
Josh, you should go up to the next game couple
Oh
you
shit!
see.
No, that's not what I meant.
Say it'd be really cool if you guys were just friends.
Man, I love seeing close women friends.
I just mean like, is that not
And they
progressive
were
to have
roommates.
them to have women who have a strong platonic relationship?
yeah, but we're not talking about what's progressive or not.
Well, it just feels
We're
like
Talking about what's true.
Yeah.
it's progressive to have a lesbian couple, but it feels almost unprogressive to have that in the wake of instead of them being just good platonic.
I get what you
friends.
mean. In a similar way to like, I really appreciate like men and women, like hetero men and women
Yeah.
being just friends
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
media because it, for whatever reason, rarely happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think I get what you're saying there.
No, yeah, I see the point you're making for
Okay.
sure. I just think it's a little too meta for what I guess we were talking about before. You know what
True.
I mean? Like,
Uh-huh.
I think there's a lot of layers.
like if you
here.
think about it, yeah. It would be
My
cool,
thing is
but-
though, it often feels so forced because I have not had a second. There's not been a second where I've been like, oh yeah, Nami and Vivi have any. Not that I'm an expert on how sapphic relationships are, but where there's been any moment of romantic tension between them.
It's
I
not
also just
about-
don't think there's been any romantic tension
No.
at all. Oda doesn't seem
No.
interested in telling that
Which
story.
I'm so okay
Yeah, not
with.
really.
Okay, guys. Well, I don't know. Except I was getting it from Zoro and that sword girl.
Tashigi?
Yeah.
I'm so into that.
It was.
I'm so into that.
There. It seemed like that's what it was. Was
He got
romantic
quite
tension.
flustered.
Yeah.
And it's
did.
gonna, I think that's gonna be like slow burn.
The way
you
he
know?
reacted to her initially was very Jotaro coded.
He went.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've been there, brother.
He went.
He really walked up to her and he's like, why do you look like that? Anyway, I got us off on this whole tangent because I really wanted to hear y'all's thoughts on this. We have a while before we will be ready for this, but I want to hear y'all's ships or ship predictions as well, like what y'all think,
Like
who
what
y'all
the-
think gets shipped.
like who we think gets shipped the most by the fan base?
Yes, I would love to hear that. I'll
Definitely
prepare a list.
Sanji and my man Zoro for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Zosan.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Sanra.
feel
Yeah.
like right under I do feel like Luffy and Zoro is a very popular ship, but I feel like
Zoro?
that is probably a more popular ship for people that are earlier in the series.
It's that one. I'll say it's still very popular today. I think that's crazy.
Yeah,
and Zoro
I
are
think
bu-
it's very
I think
crazy.
truly
Bros.
shipping Luffy with anybody feels kind of weird to me.
Yes.
There's a
People
lot
like
I've
to
seen-
draw him using his powers in a way.
Why are
Huh.
you doing this to us today? Why?
I don't know.
Do you want us to get into all the Hierophant green porn?
media.
Do you want us to get into that?
Oh my god,
Yes.
could you imagine a Hierophant
No.
Green X Luffy porn?
Actually,
oh, holy
It would
shit.
look like
Cry.
when your
Guys,
headphones get
they're
tangled up.
both.
And it'd be
What
hot.
did you
It'd be really
say?
I
hot.
said it'll look like when your headphones get tangled up. Do we want to finish this?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to finish.
Well, you're-
I feel like there's a feral corner of Nami Sanji shippers somewhere in the
Yeah.
distance.
I do want Sanji to get laid at some point. I
He
need him
needs
to.
it so bad because he's a virgin, right? That's my guess. Sanji's a
Totally.
virgin.
Well, he's been on a ship with just a bunch of fucking men this whole
Yeah.
time.
Who do y'all think of the Straw Hats are virgins and who are not?
Luffy doesn't know what.
I was
sex
actually
is.
literally thinking about this. Luffy's obviously a virgin.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, because
Zoro's not.
I think Usopp too, probably.
Usopp's
Usopp-
definitely
Usopp,
Yeah.
definitely.
100%
Yeah.
a virgin.
Yeah.
Nami.
Nami, I don't think. so.
No.
I don't think so.
Nami
Is
probably
Nam-
fucks. Zoro is probably fucked. Sanji's a virgin. Chopper's a kid in a rain.
Yeah, and
Yes.
then. Anyway, I was thinking of future Straw Hats who I know.
Yeah.
Well, don't.
Well, don't say
Zip it, buddy.
Don't think of that.
Shut up.
I have seen once. I have seen someone be like, Luffy Nami shipping.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, you're gonna get like
Yeah.
every combination. You're gonna see
Uh-huh.
every
No,
combination.
I rarely see anything for One Piece shipping, so this was some of the only representation of One Piece shipping I'd seen. So I was like, oh, is this common?
Yeah.
Luffy
Oh,
Nami. That feels like so insane.
feels
because
incestuous.
it's like
Yeah.
they're siblings.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'd be like brother sister.
Do y'all want to hear the craziest one to me? That I
Yes.
actually am on board. If I were pairing up all the Straw Hats, if I had to pair them up, these two I would pair them together. And I think it's surprising. Usopp and Nami. That's a very common one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they did like hang out that time.
I don't see
guess.
it yet.
didn't-
I don't see it yet, but
Yeah.
maybe we could see it later. Maybe.
Anyway, the Straw Hats start to sail away from Jump. Oh, real quick, before we get to the last chapter, what did y'all think of the cherry blossoms, the pink snow?
That was very
It's a
nice.
nice little cap
It made
on
me
it.
emotional.
Yeah.
It made me emotional. It got me a little bit.
Chopper goes, he goes,
Yeah.
he does the pose.
Yeah.
Is that where that's
the
from?
iconic one?
Yes. Let me see if I can find the version where his dick's out.
This episode, dude. Oh my god.
Hey, this is the horny episode.
Yeah.
all right?
So, folks, we got too horny and it happened again. We are going to end this episode real quick. We talked briefly about the cherry blossom snow scene. Everybody liked that. Finally, the last thing for One Piece, we get a little setup to Alabasta. We see Croc doing his thing.
Yeah.
And specifically, it ends with a imposing picture. We also get the breakdown of the whole system.
dude,
but
Yeah.
they're
yes.
setting up the Baroque
They're
works.
setting up
Everybody's
Baroque
gonna
works.
be there. As Smash Bros. Everybody's here.
Yeah.
Smash Bros.
Dude, it's gonna go nuts. We're gonna get all the officer agents, which by the way, they look epic. All the officer agents, the freaking Sir Croc, all the Straw Hats. We're gonna get Smoker and all his men with Tashigi. We're gonna get fucking what's his name? Ace apparently is throwing
Yeah.
down there. Apparently, Buggy and
Alvida?
Alvida
You're
are
putting
also
a
on their
lot of
way.
expectations here.
Are they on their way to Alabasta?
They're on their way to follow them. I'm just imagining
Smoker's
that they,
on his way to Alabasta.
Yeah.
right?
Smoker
Yeah.
is on his way. He already ordered a freaking eternal compass for Alabasta. So I am excited for that. I think that I don't know if all that's going to happen in one go, but
One chapter, actually.
one chapter, one panel. But
One Piece.
Autumn.
that was really cool. Bon Clay, just going to say right now, worst character design I've seen so far in this fucking series.
I forgot.
I think the character could be very interesting. I kind of I find his personality very fun so far. I cannot stand looking at him.
Mm-hmm. I think maybe we should save a lot of the Bon Clay talk for next step.
Yeah.
But I like Bon Clay's design a lot. I like Bon Clay a lot. Bon Clay is a very beloved character.
That's cool.
Also, heavily implied to be gender fluid in ways that are explored more later.
Yes.
We also get that they do not have a female counterpart.
Does not have one, does not want one.
Does not have one, doesn't want
Yeah.
one.
Funny.
Which is cool.
But yeah, we get that set up. It's time to get Alabasta funky.
It's time to find the Alabasta.
Yes. So with that, do we want to set up expectations and homework?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Start with One
So,
Piece.
yeah.
'Cause that's usually easiest.
Sure. One Piece expectations. We're getting to Alabasta. This is the longest arc that we have yet had. There's a lot to do here, and I think this is going to be a very fun stretch of chapters.
Cool.
We are going to start to get some of the One Piece problems. We're going to start to get tastes of them.
Okay.
Which
We're going to get some horny problems.
yes.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm not excited for it.
We're going to get
right.
some horny problems in a way that is and not just like, oh, fun horny, but like it's kind of a bummer.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn, we've steered clear of a lot
Yeah,
of that so far.
it's this is where it starts to become something that happens somewhat regularly. Alabasta is a particularly bad arc for it as far as early One Piece goes.
Okay.
But Alabasta is an amazing arc, and I think it's gonna be a very fun time. As far as chapters that we're reading, I'm going to start to put a little bit more care into the sections we read. Especially when we get to longer arcs, I just want to make sure that we have a little bit of narrative cohesion for this one. Do y'all mind if I just add 2 chapters to
You
y'all's
can
reading?
add a million chapters.
Cool.
You're such a fucking suck up. You're such a...
So we are going to be reading to chapter 178 of One Piece. Just read the 2 volumes and then go 2 chapters more. Now let's kick it to JoJo.
In JoJo, so the last episode we talked about, your homework leading up to it was 3 episodes. We'd kind of been doing that. And then for this one, it was 4 episodes. Guess what, motherfucker? 5 episodes. You're going to watch 5.
I can't do that.
Fuck. Okay, we're
He's
gonna have
tired.
to. All right. He's trying to unionize. No, he's trying to negotiate. You're gonna watch 5 episodes.
Okay.
These are 3 fights.
Sounds
The
good.
fights are starting to become more parsed into 2 episode arcs than 3, or than 1 episodes. But yeah, you're actually going to be getting some pretty good episodes. Honestly, among these 5, I don't find there to be any ones that I don't enjoy thoroughly, and yeah, we're getting closer to kind of the midpoint of Stardust Crusaders, so start expecting some more fun gaffes. It's not getting serious yet, but it is starting to pick up in terms of the stakes.
I just had a crazy memory. Do we get the dog yet?
No.
When am I?
Hey, shut! You're gonna have to wait for the
The
dog.
dog.
What dog? What are you even
The
talking about?
dog.
Sorry,
Got
I
the dog
interrupted
in
you.
him.
I didn't. I hate that you know about the dog.
A lot of characterization stuff along the way. It's nice. It's
I like
just
that.
nice little moments and stuff. Like
Absolutely.
there are a lot of good moments that are pretty memorable. So.
Fantastic. And I love, Clayton, that you are picking up on all the moments that we loved going into it. So yeah, 5 episodes, and then from there on we'll start moving into 6 episode territory a little bit.
Cool. With that, I think we've just got one thing left to say.
We love you. Good night.